So it's like our X and Y scales are not uniform. Like, because if we took this and did, you know, we put this left-hand corner there and scaled it down, like it has to be like well, I guess it is that. That looks like it's actually set properly. Okay, so it is the right scale. It's just wrong in terms of the absolute scale values. So if we scaled our width and height up, is our width scalar used for anything other than so the question is, what is the actual scale of this? Comparatively. Well, it should be pretty simple to figure it out. And it does seem constant, at least. The height of this is this looks like 98 to, yeah, okay, we can just do it that way. So it should be 98. So the height of this thing should be 1077.86. 1077.86 minus 98. So it should be like 980.87. So what is 392? 392 divided by 980? .4, what is 986? So it's 2.5? used to be 1.98. Well, let's see what happens if we export it at this larger scale. I'm sorry this is boring or whatever, but I gotta get this stuff working. So the height would be 981 in this case. So new math is going to be, where's the actual frames for these things? We don't have them. Alright. But these wouldn't change, so we're okay with that. So we have the same bottom left-hand corner with both of them. It's still 989. The difference is we need 1434 plus 211, which is the offset. It's still the same, and we're gonna subtract 213. No, we're supposed to be, the width is 213, so it's going to be plus 213. So the right of this object should be a width of 200. All right, 434 plus 211 plus 2 and 3 is 1858. And then we've got 0 plus 88. So you got 1077.86, and then we're adding to it 1077.86, or subtracting 981. So it should be at 96. Alright, so this is 90. 96 is here, and then we need 1858. So it's somewhere out there. So it's actually not scaled properly. Like, The rigging objects aren't fucking squares? It sure as hell looks like a fucking square. I mean, we would expect the width to be 1 in this case. So the width is 1 and the height is 4.6. So we would imagine that this would be 213 times 4.6, which would be 978. Which it's 981, so yeah, that's totally accurate. Like, did I do my math wrong? Let's see, the width is 213. The x is negative 78. That's 1566 right there, yeah. And then we add 213 to that. 15. Yeah, my math is wrong. I should have been subtracting. It should have been... It's actually 1566.5 plus 213. Because we're going from the bottom left. Because we have width and height. So it's 1779.5. So... It's right there. Which is what you would expect. This is just... This whole saga of trying to get Harmony to export a damn sprite sheet properly has just been ridiculous. Like, we can get the, you know, like the sprites in there, but getting actual like reference data for how big things are, it's just consistently not worked. And it has to do with just how Harmony deals with scales internally and sizes of everything, and it's just not consistent with with reality. So every time I go through this, it's just another maddening series of like, what the hell is different? And it's like every time I try to recompute this damn constant, it's just wrong. It needs to be fixed. I mean, it's almost as if they just like randomly pick a fucking number every month. I end up spending just so much damn time on it too. Like, it's almost as if, you know, we should just say fuck it and do something else for rigging entirely. Because we need something that just consistently works. Again, this is inconsistently scaled. Like, something's just sick here with harmony. Like, that's frame 0. This is frame 0. I mean, it's got to be that basically this box is wrong somehow. Like if we move this box over to where that thing would be where it is, it's lined up with his, yeah, it's about right there. Like, we're off by that much with our x coordinate. It's off by a lot. Like, that's ridiculous. I think harmony's not giving me the right numbers. I mean, we're wrong in the x. Like, why are we wrong in the x? Why is that? The question would be, is the offset x or y doing something here? That needs to affect something else? Regardless, I need some food. So I'm gonna go grab something to eat real quick. So I've been thinking about this while I microwaved a burrito, which is a good one. Like I got good fresh ingredients in here. Just they were in the fridge. But I think that there's only like one possibility here. My brain got back to me after thinking about it and said, what you see here is not what is actually in the coordinates. So I need to figure out what the hell this rigging object is, and see if there's like a parent node to this rigging object, and inside of that if we got moved somewhere else. Because that would fuck everything up, and would explain why like we're offset wrong. It would be like if there's a parent node to this thing that has like some sort of offset, would be the only question I could think of. Of course, I have no idea how to even look at this rigging node to find that out. So let's think about it. Let's think about. Well, I mean, this thing should be perfectly scaled. And Control Z does not work. So the question would be, is this thing in actually the right spot? Like, is Harmony just lying to me about when it's drawing this box here and this box is actually somewhere else and there's some secret parent to this box which is actually offsetting it by 0.2 somewhere in the rigging layers or some bullshit? You know, that's I don't see anything in the X stage file. So why don't we just calculate where this object actually theoretically is? So we know that the object is the X of this thing is supposed to be, it's supposed to be dead center with that pivot. Like, that's what we got going on here. So we already know where this object should actually be in the world just by calculating, like, we know how wide it should be based on that. So the object should be the pivot point should be 1645 by 600. Is that what we have? Yeah, so that's where it should be. And if the width, and then we know the bottom left hand corner. Let's assume the bottom left hand corner is correct. That's going to mean that basically the width should be it should be minus 1566.5. It should be this multiplied by 2. And that is going to be 1645 minus 1566.5 times 2 is 157. So 157 should be the actual width. And as a result, the height should also be 4.6 times that? The height should be 722. So this should be 157 plus this should be 1566.5 plus 157, which is 1723.5, and this one should be 1077.86 minus 722, which is 355.86. So this should be 1723. And 355. So 355. And then 1723. I mean, it does go straight through our center line. You can see those are different slopes. Yeah, different slopes. So the question is, what should the x-coordinate be? Is the x-coordinate right? Like, is negative 78.5 correct? So if we got negative 78.5, why is 0.92, negative 0.92 equaling negative 78.5? So if we were a 24, if we were 24 width is 2048 units, and we're at negative 78, it would be 248 divided by 24, so it's 85.3 is going to be our unit, so it's going to be 85.3 times 0.92, and that's going to equal 78.506, which is exactly what we're getting for our x. So our x coordinate is proper. This is blue rectangle 71.6. How do I just close this fucking thing? Like, I just want to get out of this without saving it. The only damn thing that can possibly be screwed up is Harmony's putting this rigging layer somehow in the wrong spot. Like, what I'm seeing here is not what's actually real. So this is without the sprite cut that happens inside of Harmony. So let's see if Harmony itself is fucked up and if we're not going to be able to fix this. So if our dude is at like -78, 0.5, that means that our bottom left is going to be at 1024 minus 78. So that's 945.5. And our y is going to be at negative 989.86, so it's going to be 1024 plus that, which is going to be 1024 plus 989.86, so 2013.86. So that's 2013 and 945.5. So right there. Which is again just fucking wrong. Like, it's not right there. So I mean, basically what would have to be going on here is, you know, again, this symbol is off by an amount. When it's actually drawn. So it's just wrong. Like, there's something wrong with why this thing is drawing this way. Like, it's actually right here. Well, let's see. Why don't we just render out the wrong animation?